Have you ever catch yourself staring at someone's face, like seriously staring and just thinking, how is their face so perfect, so snatched, so symmetrical? Is this even real? And then you go look in the mirror and suddenly all you can see are your own insecurities, your uneven jaw, your one side prettier situation, or your nose looking slightly off. Bestie, let me stop you right there. Pause that inner roast session for a second. Here's something wild. I don't even need to give you my example. Take any celebrity, flip their face horizontally, and boom, asymmetry. Yep, even the people we call perfect have it. Almost no one has a 100% symmetrical face. And get this, a little asymmetry is actually what makes you look human and hot. So that flaw you zoom into with 500% magnification, chances are you're the only one who sees it. And babe, I didn't just wake up and decide to preach. Going through every single scientific study, watching hours of expert videos, reading articles until my eyes hurt. Things I never knew before that completely changed how I see faces forever. Also, I probably saw more human skull diagrams than my biology teacher did. And what I found literally blew my mind. So today we're getting into all the juicy stuff I bet you didn't know. Oh my God. Wait, write down iconic in the comments right now. I know it sounds random, but there's actually science behind this. When you write down positive words about yourself, your brain starts looking for evidence to make it true. It's literally backed by neuroscience. But listen, don't skip through this video because getting half the information will leave you more confused than when you started. You need the complete picture to actually understand what's happening with your face. The first important thing is having balanced facial thirds. And no, it's not some complicated math thing I'm throwing at you. Let's actually break this down real quick. Just think of it like slicing your face into 3 cute little portions. One from your hairline to your eyebrows, the forehead area. The second from your eyebrows to the tip of your nose. And the third from your nose tip to your chin. Now, if these 3 sections are kind of equal, bestie, you're in business. Like genuinely, you'll automatically look more put together. Your face just naturally looks more balanced. Yeah.
Girl, my facial thirds are not balanced. What do I do now?
Girl, don't worry, I got you covered. If the lower third, your chin area, is more prominent, it'll look like this. If the middle third is dominant, it'll look like this. And if the upper third of your face, your forehead, is too prominent, it will look like this. Take Damon Salvatore from The Vampire Diaries, for example. Notice how attractive he looks because his facial thirds are well balanced. It's like God used a ruler. However, when that balance is disrupted, for instance, when his forehead appears larger, which actually happened as his hairline started to recede, you can clearly see how his overall appearance is noticeably affected. Still hot, but not blood-boiling hot, you know? The same applies to Dakota Johnson. She naturally has a larger forehead, meaning the upper third of her face is more prominent. But she cleverly addressed this by getting bangs, which immediately balanced out her facial proportions and gave her features a much more harmonious and well-proportioned look. If you also feel like your forehead looks a bit bigger and it's throwing off the balance of your face, you can play around with certain hairstyles like soft layers that fall near your forehead, curtain bangs, or even the way you part your hair can help frame your face and make your facial thirds look more balanced. The simple rule is if your forehead looks big, use soft layers, bangs, or styles that frame your face to make it look smaller. Now, if your middle third looks a little longer than the rest, keep your forehead and jawline more visible. Let's fix that with a little hair magic. Do sleek ponytails, middle part low buns, or even that model off-duty tucked behind the ear hairstyle. All of these pull attention toward the upper and lower thirds of your face, balancing everything out visually. You want to let the other 2 sections do their job so the middle third can chill for a second. If your chin area feels too long or pointy, don't worry, look at this. You see this cut? You can just add a bit of volume around your cheek area with something like a blunt bob. It instantly brings attention upward and softens the whole look. Oh, and this haircut I have to show you. Look at this. This kind of cut adds volume to the upper third, especially the forehead area, so the lower third doesn't stand out too much. The attention just shifts up and it balances everything so naturally. Okay, before we move on, let's be real for a second. Who doesn't feel insecure sometimes? Seriously, all of us do. We all go through phases where we're stressed out or overthinking our looks, relationships, work, literally everything. And that's normal. But here's the thing, keeping it all inside, that's not healthy. Now, of course, seeing a therapist in person is amazing, but let's be honest, it can feel intimidating. Or maybe you just don't have the time. Or maybe you'd rather do it from your safe space, like your bed and sweatpants. Same girl. And that's why I want to introduce you to BetterHelp. It's literally therapy online, super easy and zero judgment. You just sign up, fill out a quick quiz, and in 48 hours, you're matched with a licensed therapist. And you don't even have to leave your room. You can text, call, or do video sessions, whatever feels comfy. Honestly, it feels like chatting with your best friend, except this friend actually knows how to help you feel better. And trust me, after even 1 or 2 sessions, you'll feel so much lighter, like you finally let go of stuff you've been carrying around for way too long. So if you've been feeling anxious, insecure, or just overwhelmed, give BetterHelp a try. Use my link to get 10% off your first month. Taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your looks, girl. Trust me. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, now let's actually talk about asymmetry, because this part is low-key fascinating. There are basically 2 types of facial asymmetry, muscle and bone. And figuring out which one you have can totally change how you approach fixing it. So here's an easy example. You know that thick muscle on the side of your jaw that works when you clench your teeth? That's called the masseter muscle. And you have it on both sides of your face. But sometimes, because of habits, one side gets used way more than the other. Like maybe you've been chewing mostly on one side since forever and didn't even realize it. That can actually cause one side of your face to grow slightly bigger over time. It's kind of like going to the gym. If you're always training your right bicep and ignoring your left, obviously your arms are gonna look uneven. Same logic applies to your face. But here's the thing. Don't just go, oh no, this side's bigger, let me chew on the other side now. That's not the move. First, fix the root cause. That imbalance likely started from a posture or movement habit you've had since childhood, like smiling more on one side, leaning your head a certain way, or chewing mostly on one side. Over time, those tiny habits add up and shape your face. So it's not just about chewing differently, it's about being aware of your overall habits and slowly retraining them. Think of it like this. If the habit caused the imbalance, fixing the habit can reverse it. You're not broken, you're just a little unbalanced. And honestly, who isn't? So yeah, before jumping into fixing muscle asymmetry, just pause and get real about your patterns. Awareness is step 1. We're not slapping band-aids here. We're healing the root, babe. So next time you're eating, just take a minute and actually focus, like put your phone aside for a bit and just chew slowly. Pay attention to how you're using both sides of your mouth. Okay, so I heard something kind of funny but interesting. Apparently, chewing hard food can actually help with facial symmetry. Like imagine in old times, people weren't out here snacking on soft cake or fries like us. They were chewing on tough, hard food all the time. And guess what? Studies say their jawlines were snatched and their faces more symmetrical because their muscles worked evenly. Makes sense, right? I've even heard people say, if you chew gum on the side, you usually ignore, that lazy side that does zero work, or pop your gum in the fridge to make it hard to sip cold water while chewing. It helps train your facial muscles better. I know, sounds kind of weird, but hey, I'm just passing along the tea I found. Don't roast me if you catch yourself chewing like it's a workout. Okay, now let's get into the actual exercises, but quick backstory first. When I was researching this whole facial asymmetry thing, I came across a guy named Oscar Patel who shared these exercises that he literally swears by. So I thought, why not include them for you too? These are meant specifically for muscle-based facial asymmetry. The first one is for your eyes. If one of your eyes looks droopier or sits a little lower, gently pull it outward with your finger and try to close it while holding it there. This activates the orbicularis oculi, the circular muscle around your eye, and helps tighten and lift the area and balance out any asymmetry. The second one is for your mouth. You can do is the same thing with your mouth by smiling more on one side. This targets the orbicularis oris, the ring-like muscle around your mouth, and helps lift that corner to make your smile more balanced. It might feel a little awkward at first, but girl, your face has muscles too, just like the rest of your body, and you can totally train them. Do both of these 20 times right before bed. That's literally it. Okay, now let's talk bone asymmetry. And I know this part can feel kind of annoying. Basically, bone asymmetry just means the actual shape or structure of your bones is a little uneven, like maybe one cheekbone sits higher or your jawline is sharper on one side than the other. It's usually genetic or it comes from how your bones developed while you were growing up. Sometimes it even happens from stuff like injuries or sleeping habits, just little things that stack up over time. Now, here's the part people don't usually say out loud. If your asymmetry is bone, like literally in your skull or jaw structure, exercises won't change that. I so wish they could, but once we hit adulthood and our bones are fully developed, that's pretty much it. If you're looking to actually reshape the bone itself, only surgery can do that, like jaw surgery or implants. But hear me out. That doesn't mean you're stuck. Even if your bones stay the same, you can work on the muscles, posture, and soft tissue around them to make your face look more balanced overall. I found a couple of exercises while I was looking into all this. Yeah, same source as before. He mentioned these too, and I thought, why not include them here? They won't move your bones, but they can help with symmetry and how everything's supported. The first one is called thumb pushing with a chin tuck. Sounds weird, I know, but here's how you do it. Stand up straight, like you're trying to press your whole body against a wall. Pull your shoulders back and tuck your chin down toward your neck, like you're stacking a few double chins. Now, take your thumbs and gently press upwards behind your vampire teeth, those pointy ones. While you're doing that, push your chin down against the pressure. The key here is to make sure you're pressing equally on both sides, so one side isn't doing more work than the other. It's all about even pressure. Over time, this helps the weaker side catch up and brings more balance to your face. Then there's tongue chewing. Yes, that's a thing. Take a piece of gum, chew it up, and then use your tongue to push it up and flatten it against the roof of your mouth. Keep doing that back and forth while walking around or chilling. It works a muscle called the genioglossus. That's the deep tongue muscle that helps with posture and mewing. Strengthening it helps keep pressure more even across your face and can actually make your features look more lifted and centered, right? So yeah, these won't magically change your bones, but they can help your overall facial harmony. If your asymmetry is really noticeable and bone, only surgery can fix the actual structure. But if it's just mild stuff you notice in selfies, which, girl, same, posture and muscle work can still make a big difference. When I fell into my little research rabbit hole, I came across something that seriously made me pause and be like, wait, what? So apparently if you sleep like this, sit like this, or stand a certain way, it can lead to pelvic asymmetry. Huh? And not just that, it can mess with your shoulders and even your face symmetry. Like, excuse me, I was just sitting there all comfy with one leg up on my chair thinking I was being cute, not realizing I could be ruining my facial balance.
Ugh, Meg, thank you for this video, girl. But wait, it's literally back to school season. I'm panicking. What am I supposed to do all day at school without losing my mind? Girl, I've got you. I literally have a video that takes you through an entire school day, from the moment you drag yourself out of bed to the second you crash into it at night. Ooh, so like outfit inspo, morning rush tips, snacks, all that tea? Yup, all that and more. It's basically your school survival kit in video form. Click it, you're gonna love it.